So did you know that Denver is ranked #1 in the US for the hottest market in the nation? It is ranked the #1 hottest market according to US News because of unemployment, few mortgage delinquencies, low rental vacancy rates for investors, and an upward trend of building permits and job growth. However, US News and World also puts Denver at number 99 and the best places to live. So what's all the discrepancy? Why are they saying two different things about the same area? And what's crazy is that Denver was ranked #1 back in 2020. So why did it slip all this way? But this information only scratches the surface of what Denver is trying to tell us and what the market is trying to tell us. So digging a little bit deeper, that is my job as a realtor and real estate investor and house hacker in the Denver area. And I love looking at this stuff. We just got to peel back the layers and understand what the heck is going on in the Denver market. And that is what this video is about. Let's go through the state of the market within Denver. All right, so getting right into it, I guess just being fully transparent here, thanks to the Nicole Rueth team for giving all this information. I get it through the Denver Metro Association of Realtors. They put up a fine piece of document every month just to go through the state of the market, and I feel like we're just way overdue with what the heck is going on in the state of the market and what is going on in the Denver market. So we'll be going through that, and any sort of resources that I'm seeing, I will be now relaying it with my opinions and facts to back it up. Nicole Rueth's team is an excellent group, and with them putting in all this data into one cool sheet for us realtors, that's amazing of them. Make sure you go check it out. Nicole Rueth is amazing. I've had her as a lender for my buyers for a couple of investment properties, so you should go check her out. So first of all, let's go through the stats of Denver. So April of 2024, we're looking at a median home price of about $600,000. And if you're curious about how to potentially afford a home that's priced at $600,000, go check out my older videos, especially with the Metro Down Payment Assistance Program, or DPA. I go into detail of how you can qualify for it and how to get started. And with that $600,000 price point, it's crazy to see these median home prices go up, especially when interest rates are staying really high and the monthly payments are really high as well. It's crazy how much demand there is in Denver right now, especially with inventory being very low. Many of my buyers are realizing that with the elevated home prices and the mortgage rates as they are, it's just not much competition compared to what we've seen in the past, let's say, 5 years. So buying now when competition is low means that you can bank on the appreciation as the market continues. So how does that apply to today's market, right? So let's say you buy a home and you lock in that 7% interest rate. In the future, let's say interest rates go down to 5% and you've locked in that 7%. So with the interest rates lowering, people are saving approximately, let's say, hundreds of dollars per month just from that 2% decrease in the interest rate. With more buyers hitting the market, it becomes more of a seller's market, and they can determine what that price is, and buyers will be coming in with higher offers, less contingencies, and you get to bank on those higher prices. And that's especially because that decrease of, let's say, 7% to 5%, it just makes it super attractive for buyers out there. Looking at present day numbers here, the median days on the MLS is about 8 days. So it hardly lasts one weekend for these homes. Granted, it's not all homes that are selling within 8 days. I mean, if it's priced right in a great location, then it's gonna sell real quick. Not only am I noticing it, but the Nicole Rueth team is also noticing it. Quoting straight from the document, move-in ready homes priced correctly are selling notably faster, attracting multiple offers, while homes that are not turnkey are struggling to find buyers. And here's one more little insight that I'm seeing as well on the market within Denver. New construction homes are seeing some sweet deals compared to, let's say, already lived-in homes. Builders want to keep moving on to the next project, so they're giving some crazy incentives to buyers for their new construction loans. For example, a couple of months ago, one of my buyers was looking in the North Aurora area, but with interest rates about 7%, it was really tough to make things work. Even if he was house hacking, it was just really tough at the time. However, we stumbled upon a couple of townhomes within the Green Valley Ranch area, which is not too far away from the airport. Number one, he's a pilot and he was able to get to work really quickly thanks to that location. But builders were giving him not only reduction in closing costs, I think they were giving him like $5,000 towards the closing costs. So less money up front, and they were giving him about 5% interest rate versus the 7% that was currently on the market. And after that transaction, I looked a little bit deeper on what these already constructed homes compared to the new construction homes and how long they lasted. And it looks like in close proximity to these newer construction homes, the already constructed homes were staying on the market longer. With builders giving out huge incentives for working with their lenders, I'd like to see what this looks like as the summer months go by, and I might do another state of the market update as we get into the fall and winter months. So moving on a little bit, I just want to give you some insight on what my offers are looking like for my clients. On average, my clients are putting in offers around asking price, but if the home has been staying on the market for, let's say, 14 plus days, we do go in a little bit more aggressively under asking price, or maybe putting it at asking price, but asking for, let's say, a 2-1 buy down, making things easier for the monthly payments for year 1 and year 2. And for those properties that I know are going to be selling fast, let's say that are priced correctly, they show well, and they're in a great location, I usually get the feeling that they're going to be selling really quickly, or there's going to be a lot of buyers with offers coming in. And there are some additional ways to make things a little bit sweeter for the seller, especially when money is really tight for the buyer. We can also give the seller, let's say, a rent buyback. It just makes things a little bit easier for the seller. That way they can transition to their next home. That much easier, right? And for those of you not up to speed with the National Association of Realtors lawsuits, things could be changing in the near future, especially when it comes to who's paying for the buyer agency. Is it the seller still? Is it the buyers? It will all depend on how that all turns out. And that's all coming into effect in July. And I'm even seeing some sellers now doing these things where they're saying, hey, we're not going to be paying for the buyer agency. You have to negotiate that with your buyer agent. Basically, the buyer has to negotiate with what the buyer agent is or how much they're getting paid. So if you want some more insight on what that looks like and my opinions on it, things have changed a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be changing much as far as when July comes around. So if you are curious, make sure you go click on this video right here. It'll go over all the details on it and what they're proposing. And if there's anything that's going to be changing, I will make an update on it in the next video or some video in the future. There is a lot to digest in this video, I know. I mean, I had to do a whole bunch of research for this stuff, especially with my experience and seeing what I'm seeing on the market right now. There's a lot to it, but you don't have to go at it alone. You don't have to learn this stuff yourself. You can just rely on my expertise for it. If you want some more in-depth information for your next home or house hacking or investing or whatever it might be, all my information is down below in the description. Feel free to hit me up or even schedule a Zoom call with me. And let me know if any of this is interesting to you. Put it in the comments below if you want to see more of this stuff or more regular updates with the state of the markets. I want to make sure that you're well prepared for any markets just incoming within the Denver area and in the coming months. So with that being said, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.